I can't say definitively 100% that this ASAP Rocky situation was politically motivated. But I will tell you this much. There's going to be a lot of politicians in this era where FaceTime is everything that has already spoken out and will speak out for and against this in the future. And I'm telling you this, and I'm telling you this now. Don't be surprised if in the future you hear that this was all a setup by someone or other to create a situation where a politician has to save a beloved American from another country. Me and the Notification Gang would like to invite everybody to come join us Monday through Thursday, 9:20 to 10 o'clock for morning coffee, where we discuss the events of the prior day and also just talk mess about stuff. See you then. BBN Jack Frost. What's up, party people? Alright, so yeah. So apparently there has been a political outreach, should we say? A political outreach involving ASAP Rocky. Now, bear with me 1 second. Listen to what I gotta say before you say, oh man, this guy Jack Frost, I don't know what he's talking about. Listen to what I gotta say. Okay, first thing I want to make note of is elections. For everybody that don't know, whenever there's any type of election year happening, or if there's any type of situation that a political party can use in order to allow for them to get a stranglehold on the American population, they take advantage. Now, check this out. What a lot of people don't really understand or pay attention to, if you ask me, is there are times where you have political individuals, politicians, you have news programs, or whoever that is involved in, or their life consists around them reporting on politics or being in politics. What they'll do is they'll take an event and then they'll kind of change what is really going on in order to fit their narrative. Now, bear with me, we getting there. Look at this particular situation with ASAP Rocky. From the rip, if you listen to the first videos that I did on this ASAP Rocky situation, one of the main things I said is that looks like a setup. That looks like that situation was manufactured. That's just real quick. ASAP Rocky is walking around in a place that he's been numerous times before, shopping or whatever with his security. What happens is, or what we see happen is, or what we hear happen is, there's two guys, two little, small, skinny guys following them around, right? And when they're following them around, it seems like they're trying to antagonize them. Okay, one, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I'm black, and if you behind me too many blocks, especially after I make a turn or two, I'm probably gonna turn around and want to know, yo, what's good? What's happening? What we doing here? You know what I'm saying? And not even on no real super tough, I'm about to put hands on you type shit. Some real like, wait, what's happening type thing. You understand what I'm saying? So they did that. And when that happened, they turned around, they spoke to the individuals pretty nice and calm, asked them to leave. They decided that they weren't, they were gonna keep following them. Okay, so now they're following them. If you notice, and when they was in the what do you say, like the alley or whatever you want to call that, they were following the security more than they were following ASAP Rocky. Now that kind of gives me the impression that they might not have known who was who, if whatever. You understand what I'm saying? The security isn't the guy with the money, and on top of that, if you get into the fight with the security, you're not gonna really get nothing out of it because he's just doing his job and he has certain guidelines that he can actually follow. So that's neither here nor there. So okay, They ask these individuals to leave multiple times. These individuals don't. Then these individuals actually strike the security guard with the headphones, breaking the headphones, I believe, or leaving them in the street or whatever they did. They're trying to manufacture a situation. Now, hold on. Don't go too much further. Then, after A$AP Rocky and his team still does not want to fight, they like, come on, man, we don't got time for none of this. They have a female come up and say, yeah, those guys was touching our butts. Now, I'm going to tell you something about dudes from the hood. Okay? I'm going to tell you something about dudes from the hood. And one of the main things dudes from the hoods do, because a lot of people, that they mothers who they grew up with, a lot of people didn't grow up with their father. A lot of people didn't grow up with strong male role models, and the only role models they really grew up around were females. It was their aunts, it was their mother, it was their sister. So when you got a dude from the hood, whatever race, you got a dude from the hood, and then they got a female coming up to them in distress saying that somebody did something to him, there's a good chance that guy now, everything, it's a go. Everything, that everybody green lit. You understand what I'm saying? So they have these individuals that's following them around and antagonizing them. Then they attack them. Then you have some females come up to them and say that something happened. There is absolutely no way in the world that situation was going to go down any way other than it actually did for almost any man in that situation that comes from the hood, struggled, got to his dream, got to wherever he was going to go, and is now making money and could make enough money to live in another country. You can't tell me that a guy would have did different than what A$AP Rocky did. Okay, and that's why this is such a big outreach, people upset over this so much, because A$AP Rocky didn't do anything wrong. A$AP Rocky actually did everything right. It's obvious that there's corruption behind this. Okay, so hold on. Let's hold on for a second. Let's get to the next point. The first thing that tells me that this is politically motivated. Sweden is not one of those countries that you hear about the BS in. Sweden is like top 5 in education or something like that. Probably top 5 in prison reform or whatever the hell, having good prisons. They have one of the best economies on the planet. Their economy is so good. You have people from in other countries trying to freaking move their asses to Sweden because their economy is so good. Everything is... Sweden is not one of these third world countries. Sweden is not one of these countries that is synonymously that is known to have so much racism in it. I'm not saying racism does not exist there. Racism exists everywhere. What I'm saying is, as far as we know, throughout the rest of the world, this isn't a thing that really is big in Sweden. And due to the fact that what homegrown musicians is in Sweden. Okay, we're not gonna knock them that much more. But what we will say is, I'm pretty sure they got a ton of homegrown Swedish musicians that we just don't listen to in America. You understand what I'm saying? I'm making jokes. But the point being is that I'm pretty sure that whenever there is, like every other country in the world, whenever they can get American musician to come over there, American artists, pop artists, rap artists, whatever it is, to come over there and do a show, I'm pretty sure that it influxes money into that economy. Think about it like this. You got a guy, he's going to do a show in, let's say Beyonce. Beyonce's going to do a show in Sweden, right? You think Swedish people were the only ones? No, there's going to be people from all over that whole entire continent buying tickets to go see one of the shows that Beyonce is going to have in any which one of those countries over there. And when they go there and spend their money, bringing their money from their country, they're actually transferring wealth. You understand what I'm saying? Anyway, that's a whole nother discussion. That's a discussion about economy and a whole bunch of other shit. So back to why I believe this isn't a political event. Check this out. Who was one of the first people that we hear speaking about this outwardly? Okay, it was the actual, not the prime minister of Sweden. It was somebody that was involved. I don't know who the lady is, and she wanted to put a message out there, whatever the case is. But if you really listen to the message that she put out there, listen to what her message was. Don't forget, the bodyguard who was involved isn't arrested. The two men that actually followed A$AP Rocky around, They're not arrested, and we don't hear about any of the people that was with ASAP being arrested. They might be, but we don't hear about them being arrested. We only hear about ASAP Rocky being arrested. And this is why I'm telling you this happened. Because the person that goes and saves ASAP Rocky from whatever this horrible condition that he might or might not be in, they're going to have so much cachet. Now, we have Kanye West and we have Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian's been doing this. She's been stepping up. She's been trying to get people released from prison. What people don't know is, that's why I laugh whenever they talk about Kim Kardashian. One, shout out to her for lending her name and celebrity to these things. That's one. Okay, no disrespect. But every single president pardons a certain amount of prisoners or people that's in prison a year. Every single president. This is nothing new. So when Kim Kardashian steps up and is like, well, I'm fighting for y'all to free that guy and free that, those guys was probably already on a list since Obama was in office to get freed this year. You understand what I'm saying? Now, with that also combined with the fact that any actual paperwork that was done in order to make this legal, like legal footwork that needed to be walked, she didn't do that. It was some other people. So shout out to her for lending her name to a cause that already existed for maybe 100 years and claiming it. Shout out to her for that. There's a lot of people who don't know about that. Yes, every single president pardons a certain number of people in prison every year. This is a thing. It's like one of I don't even want to get into it or talk about it no further because I can't beat this over the head enough for people to understand it, because people really think Kim Kardashian is doing all this. No, she's not. She lended her name to something that already existed. But shout out to her though. Okay? Real shout out. Anyway, so this is why I think this was all politically set up. I've done giving you about 5 or 6 points. I don't think I didn't mark them as I should have with a highlighter, but I just gave you about 5 or 6 real points and different reasons. The different reasons why it sounds suspect and the different people that are gonna benefit. Now, this is why the Democratic Party would want something like this to happen. The Democratic Party will want something like this to happen because Democrats always want to punctuate that racism happens. Get it? So if Donald Trump gets the guy out, Donald Trump and the Republicans win. We're not racist, pardon me. But the Democrats are going to win as long as they can say that the thing just happened. That's it. That man was set up. Nobody dislikes ASAP Rocky. Whether he's part of a gang or not, it ain't even important. He puts out music that people likes and he stays out of the limelight for negative reasons. No one dislikes ASAP Rocky. He gets locked up in Sweden over some BS, and then what happens? The Democrats talk about it. The liberals talk about it. Pulling everybody to their side. Now they have something to speak on that's going to keep the public's attention. But you know who's going to be the person that's actually going to get him released? Or when he does get released, who's going to take credit? Trump. Kim Kardashian. Kanye. I don't want to go too much further than this. But I have quite a few more points on this that if you just pay attention to this, pay attention to what's going on in the world out there. That's it. Just pay attention. Keep your eyes open. Don't be led around by your nose. Leave it down in the comments. I want to know what everybody think about everything that I said. Anything you agree with, disagree, leave it in the comments. Just please, let's be respectful to one another. Let's treat each other like human beings. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you would like to help dictate the direction that this channel takes, please leave a comment. All comments are appreciated, whether positive or negative. Thank you very much and enjoy your day. And remember, positive thoughts cause for positive things to happen. Let's get it.